The New York Yankees are clearly not done making moves this season. There's a lot of attention on the infield, especially because Jazz Chisholm Jr. has been forced to play out of position at third base. It's well known around the league and among fans that the Yankees plan to fix this issue before the trade deadline. Recently, we've seen the first signs of that adjustment, but this is only the beginning. The ripple effect of these changes will be huge, and it's clear the front office is already setting things in motion to improve the team's dynamic. Brian Cashman has been quietly active behind the scenes as the trade season heats up, which technically has already started with some early deals happening now that we're in July. Especially after the 4th, things are going to pick up at an intense pace. The MLB trade deadline always brings chaos, rumors, and rapid moves, and the Yankees are right in the thick of it. There's been plenty of speculation about who they might target, with several names linked to the team over the past weeks. But the front office's recent signing gives us some clues about their strategy. The Yankees added a new infielder, Jimmer Candelario, on a minor league deal, signaling their intent to address the third base position more seriously. Candelario was released by the Cincinnati Reds in late June, midway through what was supposed to be a 3-year, $45 million contract. His release came after a disappointing start to the season, where he struggled significantly, posting an OPS of just 410 across only 22 games before a back injury landed him on the injured list. Looking back, Candelario's 2024 performance was far below expectations, leading the Reds to cut their losses on a contract they had committed to. The Reds front office described this move as a sunk cost, indicating they no longer saw him fitting into their plans. From the Yankees' perspective, however, this low-risk signing is more of a flyer on a player who showed solid production just a couple of seasons ago. The hope is that Candelario can bounce back and fill the third base spot, allowing Jazz Chisholm Jr. to return to his natural position at second base, where he's far more comfortable and effective defensively. At 31 years old, Candelario is not exactly a young prospect, but he's not washed up either. He's still got time to recover his form and contribute meaningfully. Adding to that, he's actually a New York native, which might help him settle in and find a second wind in familiar territory. His stats from this shortened 2024 season don't tell the full story, as the sample size is small due to injury, and his performance was clearly affected. Before the injury, he had just 9 hits, 2 home runs, and 80 at-bats. But his OPS and slugging percentage were well below his career norms. Candelario's 2024 numbers, including an OPS of 410 and slugging percentage of 0.20, looked terrible on paper. However, considering the back injury and the limited number of games, the Yankees see this as a worthwhile gamble. His previous season showed more promise, with an OPS around 800 in 2022 and consistent offensive output. The hope is that he can return to something closer to that level and provide a reliable option at third base, especially given the current uncertainty around Jazz playing out of position. Jazz Chisholm Jr. himself has been performing admirably offensively, despite the challenges. Since returning from injury, he has a batting average just under 150, with 14 home runs, 51 hits, 37 runs batted in, and 10 stolen bases in a little over 100 at-bats. His OPS is solid at 827, showing he remains a significant defensive threat. Defensively, while he's competent at third base and even above average in some metrics, it's not where he feels at his best. He has openly said he's not always comfortable at third, and the team's defense improves considerably when he's back at second. Statistics back this up, showing that opponents bat just 150 against the Yankees when Jazz plays second, compared to over 300 when he's at third base. That kind of defensive discrepancy makes it clear the Yankees need to shuffle their infield to maximize their defensive strength. The current alternative at third, DJ LeMahieu, isn't a viable option anymore, and the team needs to find a better fit. Fan reactions to the signing of Candelario have been mixed, ranging from excitement over a potential new contributor to skepticism about his recent struggles. Some fans joke about the team bringing in players who might need to learn Japanese, referencing other recent signings, while others criticize the front office for making what they call mid-tier or dumpster diving moves. But the reality is that these kinds of acquisitions can be smart, low-risk moves, especially when they come with the potential upside of a player who's been solid in the past. This signing is far from flashy, but it's a smart play by the Yankees to strengthen their infield depth and prepare for bigger moves. Picking up Candelario off waivers is a no-lose proposition. If he returns to form, he adds value. If not, the financial risk to the team is minimal. It's a clear sign that the Yankees are thinking strategically about how to balance immediate needs with long-term planning. Going back a bit, Candelario's track record isn't bad at all. In 2023, playing between the Washington Nationals and Chicago Cubs, he posted an OPS of over 800, with a slugging percentage over 445. Those numbers show he can still produce at the major league level, and with the right circumstances and health, he might get back to that form. His ability to switch hit and field competently makes him an intriguing option for the Yankees. Although last season he struggled with a negative WAR in a limited role, he still managed to hit 20 home runs. That power potential is something the Yankees can definitely use as they look to bolster their offense and cover for any defensive adjustments. Beyond the bat, he is a solid defender, which fits well with the Yankees' goal to improve their infield defense. The Yankees haven't stopped there either. Another recent addition to their infield depth is Nicky Lopez, who was brought in to offer versatility. Lopez hasn't had the best start this season, with a batting average around .04 and just one hit in 24 at-bats. His OPS is also down, and his overall offensive production hasn't met expectations. However, defensively, Lopez has been one of the better players, known for his ability to play multiple infield positions, and even being a Gold Glove candidate in the past. While Lopez's offensive struggles are a concern, his defensive flexibility keeps him valuable, especially in a season where depth and adaptability are crucial. Still, between the two signings, Candelario seems to be the move with more upside given his previous offensive history and the hope that he can regain his form. Overall, it's clear the Yankees are actively trying to improve their roster as the trade deadline approaches. These minor league deals and waiver pickups are just the beginning, setting the stage for bigger moves that the team is expected to make. The infield shuffle, led by the goal of moving Jazz back to second base, is a priority, and the Yankees are not shying away from making the necessary adjustments to strengthen their lineup and defense. The next chapter of this season will likely bring even more action from Brian Cashman and the Yankees front office as they push to assemble the best possible roster. The fans are watching closely, hopeful that these moves will translate into success on the field and maybe, just maybe, bring another World Series title back to New York. As the season continues to unfold, the Yankees' infield situation remains a central storyline, with the organization clearly intent on addressing it in a way that maximizes both defense and offense. Jazz Chisholm Jr.'s transition back to his natural position at second base seems inevitable, but it requires a reliable solution at third base. The signing of Jeimer Candelario is just one piece of that puzzle, and it highlights the front office's approach, acquiring players who can contribute immediately while carrying limited risk. Candelario's past production and versatility offer hope that he could fill the void, but the team also understands that additional moves may be necessary to truly solidify the infield. One of the key challenges for the Yankees this season has been balancing the need for offense with defensive stability. Jazz's offensive numbers, despite the positional shifts and injuries, have been encouraging. 14 home runs, an OPS over 800, and double-digit stolen bases indicate he's still a significant weapon in the lineup. Yet, the defensive metrics suggest the team would benefit from him returning to second base. The contrast in opponent batting averages when Jazz is at second compared to third is stark, and tells a clear story about where he is most effective. Moving him back will improve the overall infield defense, something the Yankees have been desperate to shore up. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Aaron Judge's words echoed throughout the baseball world with an intensity few had anticipated. His statement was brief but powerful. He no longer wanted to play alongside Paul Goldschmidt. What had once been a seemingly productive and respectful relationship between two of the sport's premier talents had clearly frayed beyond repair. Insiders were shocked, fans were divided, and analysts scrambled to uncover the deeper reasons behind such a declaration. It wasn't just about performance or statistics. This went deeper into the intangible realm of locker room dynamics, personal values, and diverging visions of leadership. Those close to the Yankees organization had whispered for months about tensions behind the scenes. The media, careful not to fan the flames without proof, often dismissed the rumors as nothing more than clubhouse friction. common in competitive environments. But Judge's announcement forced everyone to reconsider what had really been happening. Behind closed doors, according to several anonymous sources, the rift had been growing since mid-season, when disagreements over game strategy and player responsibility began to emerge. Judge, known for his quiet leadership and meticulous work ethic, had clashed with Goldschmidt's more relaxed, veteran approach. The breaking point reportedly came during a crucial stretch in late August, when a series of losses brought emotions to a boiling point. During a post-game meeting, Judge and Goldschmidt exchanged sharp words. Though both remained professional in public, those who witnessed the confrontation said it was clear something had changed. Trust had been broken not with a single incident, but through a slow buildup of conflicting philosophies and unspoken frustrations. In the days following Judge's statement, the baseball world dissected every aspect of their partnership, from offensive production to defensive coordination. Their synergy had never quite lived up to expectations. Goldschmidt, for his part, responded calmly, stating that he respected Judge's opinion and wished him well, but behind his measured tone, there was a hint of disappointment, a recognition that the bond they had tried to build could no longer hold. The situation has left the Yankees front office with difficult decisions. Trade possibilities are being discussed behind closed doors, while the clubhouse faces an uncomfortable atmosphere. Judge remains a cornerstone of the franchise, and his voice carries immense weight. The fallout from this conflict is likely to influence the team's strategy for years to come. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.